Throughout our lives, we give and receive lots of gifts, but few as important as the one a Colorado family gave to a complete stranger, turning their tragedy into hope for another family. 9 News reporter Corey Rose shows us the new friendships form as a result of that life-saving gift.
And I can remember thinking, boy, I sure hope that son of a gun's going to be okay, just as they busted into my room with a crash cart, telling me that I'm going into VTAC.
Doctors agree they have no idea how Bill Fleming survived a Widowmaker heart attack.
They said, oh yeah, you had a Widowmaker, and you should have been dead on Saturday. I just figured there was a reason why I was still alive.
That reasoning gave him the faith that he would get the heart he needed in time.
But I received the gift of a new heart on the morning of May 13th, 2010, the day before my 61st birthday.
Earlier that same day, just a state away, Larry Janos lost his 23-year-old son Tyler in an accident.
He's a good kid, cared about others.
And a conversation Tyler and Larry had just before Tyler passed changed everything.
Said something to me about, hey, are you an organ donor? I said, well, yeah. And he goes, well, isn't that a little strange? And I just looked at him and said, well, what are you going to do with him?
That 1-minute conversation ended up saving the lives of dozens.
And they figure somewhere around 100 people will could eventually be helped by his donations.
Bill is one of those. He got Tyler's heart. Bill wanted to know who saved his life.
It was a 6-page letter, and I just wrote from my heart, and that's it. My heart and Tyler's heart, to be quite frank.
And after months of letters back and forth, they finally met.
It was neat the day that we first met him. I came down and had the stethoscope, and it's like, dude, we got to try this out. So, and we did.
That was the first of many experiences together.
Bill, I, and a kennel full of dogs, and we drove cross country.
The big thing was when I met his family. They had a belated Christmas celebration this past January. And it was, you know, it was just hard to explain.
All the pictures that I took over the years.
Bill and Larry have a bond that's different than any other.
Where was that at?
That was at about 4 blocks away from University of Colorado Hospital.
And Bill's bond with a man he's never met is also hard to explain.
I talked to him every day. In a way, it was like we'd known each other for a long time.
The only request the Janoses have asked.
Because Tyler was a big geese hunter. In the fall, when you hear the sound of geese, just look up and smile. That's all the thanks Tyler would have wanted.
Larry says this is the best possible outcome to a horrible situation.
You look at the lives that have been saved and the people that have been helped. That's a pretty good legacy to leave. This would be your section, heart.
The heart.
The heart.
In Denver.
Great kid, miss him dearly.
Corey Rose.
A noble choice. We decided to become a donor.
9 News.
67% of Coloradans are registered to be organ donors, but more are needed. More than 2,000 people in Colorado are waiting for an organ transplant. That number is 112,000 nationwide. We have more information about being a donor, including how to register, on 9news.com.